The Detroit Lions! I know you see Rory right here. He's in your face and he wants to give you a big kiss on your big fat juicy lips, yeah?
You need to hang up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Listen, boys, wildcard weekend is upon us. It is that time of the year. The season flew by like absolute wind. It is absolutely crazy, man. So I'm here today to give my completely unbiased playoff predictions. And I have a little graphic actually. I'm gonna leave the website in the description down below in case you guys would like to give your own playoff predictions. So make sure and check out the description down below because the link will be there. Let's get into it, shall we? So the first two teams I want to go ahead and take a look at here is the Broncos and the Bills. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do any score predictions because if I did, I would be getting called a casual in the comments for maybe the next 5 years or so.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And listen, at the end of the day, these are just my predictions, okay? I might get some of these predictions wrong. If you think you can listen, you little piece of shit, if you think you can get all these predictions correctly, why don't you go ahead, click the link down below, do your predictions, and then buy a ticket to Vegas, put in a parlay for the playoffs, and then win yourself millions of dollars since you think you know ball so much. All right, let's get back to it though. I'm gonna take the Bills over the Broncos. I just don't see the Broncos beating the Bills. I mean, any given Sunday, am I correct? I believe they play on Saturday, but any given Sunday, it could happen. I'm just going to take the Bills over the Broncos. That's what I think. You know, I think that's what most other people would logically think. Unless you're a Broncos fan, you're probably going to think the Broncos might beat the Bills if you're delusional. Listen, the next game I want to go ahead and look at is the Vikings versus the Rams because the Lions, no bias, but the Lions just put BTA to the Vikings, okay? Sam Darnold, he wasn't looking too good out there. He looked like he was seeing the ghost that he used to see in New York. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Rams for that one. I feel like Matt Stafford is going to get it done. Okay, so the next game I want to go ahead and look at here is the Steelers versus the Ravens, okay? Because historically speaking, let's just go ahead and let's look at their historic record real quick. Okay, so if we go ahead and look at their 10 last games right here against the Steelers, this is the Ravens, by the way. We got 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, 1-4. 1-5, 1-6, 1-7, 1-8, 2-8. Okay, the Ravens are 2-8 in their last 10 games against the Steelers, but I think the Ravens will pull this off. Okay, I know you guys probably thought I was going with the Steelers, you know, the way I was building that up, but now we're going with the Ravens. I think the Ravens will beat the Steelers. Unfortunately, I think that's just how the cookie crumbles, you know. Next up, I want to go ahead and look at. We're gonna jump back over to the NFC. We're just gonna swap back and forth. I want to look at the Packers and the Eagles, okay? Now, the Eagles, they're playing pretty good. I'm an Eagles hater, but got to be unbiased towards this, like I said. They're playing pretty good. They got Saquon coming off pretty historic season. He didn't get the record, but he did hit 2K. Pretty crazy. Not many running backs are able to do that, especially with the value of running backs going down so much in recent years. It's pretty good to see a running back be able to come and do that. But yeah, just especially with like the decline with halfbacks. It's pretty cool to see a halfback be able to reach 2K. He's a pretty good weapon for the Eagles. They also got A.J. Brown, if I'm correct, and Devonta Smith. So that should be a pretty good game. Packers, I don't know if they can pull that off. I mean, 7 against the 2 seed. It's usually going to be the 2 seed. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Eagles for that one. Now we're going to jump back over to the AFC, okay? Okay, so next I want to go ahead and I want to look at the Chargers versus the Texans because this is going to be a pretty good game, okay? We got the Texans coming off a pretty decent season, torn with injuries just like the Lions, more offensive injuries though. Then we got the Chargers, first season with Jim Harbaugh. He turned that team around pretty well. I'm going to go with the Chargers for that one. I think the Chargers are going to be able to get it done over the Texans. A lot of people might disagree with me on that. And then the last wild card game, I want to go ahead and I want to look at the Commanders versus the Bucks, okay? Baker Mayfield, I'm so happy for him. I'm glad he found his team. He's balling out with the Bucks. I think this is the second year in a row he's taking them to the playoffs. Commanders coming off a hot season with Jaden Daniels, hot rookie season. It's going to be a really good game. I don't know if the Commanders have the weapons offensively. They have Jaden Daniels, they have Scary Terry, you know. But then you look at the Bucks, they have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Bucky Irvin. I don't know if he's hurt or not, but they have Bucky Irvin. And then they got Baker. You know, they got a pretty good offense going over there. I'm gonna have to take the Bucks for that one. Alright, boys, here we are. We've made it into the divisional round. This is where shit gets serious, okay? This is where wieners start to get a little hard, alright?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We got the Rams and the Lions again, 2 years in a row, but this time it is in the divisional round. I gotta go with the Lions, unbiasedly, I gotta go with the Lions. I'm making jokes right now, but for real, 100% unbiased. We gotta go with the Lions, they're playing really, really good football. They're coming off one of their best seasons ever in franchise history. I just can't see them falling short to the Rams. I feel like Matt Stafford is going to give them a really good fight. I feel like the Rams, I feel like it's going to be a pretty close game, but I feel like the Lions are going to pull it off. They're going to get it done. Next up, we're going to jump over to the AFC. We're going to be looking at the Chargers versus the Chiefs, okay? I don't think much needs to be said here. The Chiefs, they have black magic. They have devil magic. Chiefs are going up. Jumping back over to the NFC, we didn't need much explanation for that Chiefs matchup. We got the Bucks versus the Eagles. Now, this is also going to be a good game. Offensively and defensively speaking, I gotta give this one to the Eagles. It seems like I'm just picking all the higher seeds, but that we're just going off of paper, okay? On paper, the Eagles are the better team. The Bucks are gonna give them a good fight, a good run for their money, but I think the Eagles are gonna come off in the end with the dub. Now we're over here looking at the Ravens and the Bills. We got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, two great offenses, two quarterbacks playing at an MVP level this year, two great defenses. This is going to be, they're all good matchups, okay? I've said this for every match, every prediction. This is going to be a good match. Well, this is going to be a good matchup. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Am I right or am I right? I got to go with the Ravens on this one. Lamar, I feel like he's really eyeing down the Super Bowl this year. I just don't think Josh Allen will be able to pull it off against that Ravens defense. Got to go with Lamar. Lamar and the Ravens, I feel like they're going to get that done against the Bills. And then they're going to be up at the conference championships against the Chiefs. So now we got the Lions versus the Eagles. This is where things get interesting, okay? We got two of the best NFC offenses. Hopefully the Lions defense will be a lot better at this point in time. Hopefully, we can only hope. Saquon is going to be a big problem for this Lions defense. Hopefully we can contain him. If we can't contain him, this is going to be a tough game. If we can contain him, I can see the Lions squeaking this one away by a little bit. Maybe by like a field goal. I can see the Lions squeaking that one away. Now we're going to be looking at the Ravens versus the Chiefs, okay? Pat Mahomes, this is where you're in big trouble, buddy, because I think this Ravens defense is going to shut this offense down in every which way possible. Hopefully I don't eat those words. I might be eating those words in a couple weeks, but and then you got the Chiefs have a great defense also. Let's not downplay the Chiefs defense, because the Chiefs defense has been playing pretty phenomenal this year, but I think the Ravens offense is going to be able to overpower that Chiefs defense. And I think the Ravens are also going to squeak that one away just by a little bit. Here we are, boys. It's Super Bowl time. Got the number 1 seed Lions versus the number 3 seed Ravens. Two teams that played last year, I think. The Ravens came away with the dub. This is going to be the rematch. We have to contain Lamar because our biggest problem is containing mobile quarterbacks. The Lions suck at containing mobile quarterbacks, and if we can contain Lamar's mobility and have that good run defense going against Derrick Henry, I can see the Lions squeaking away the Super Bowl right there. That's the logic to that. But then you also got to think about the Ravens defense, which I've been talking about through the conference championship, the divisional round, the wild card. The Ravens have a great defense. Lions have been struggling against some great defenses at certain points in the season, but I think Ben Johnson's going to scheme this one up perfect, and I think the Lions are going to put on a masterclass. Let me take that back. They're not going to put on a masterclass, okay? But I think the Lions are going to squeak away the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be a really amazing Super Bowl. And then I think the city of Detroit will be up in flames afterwards. So here are my full 2024-2025 playoff predictions for this season. You can go ahead and take a look at them here. You can go ahead and call me casual for any pick you would have picked differently, because that's what you guys are going to do. I already know. So yeah, these are my predictions. I got the Lions going all the way. Unbiasedly, I stated my reasonings. So yeah, boys, this is it right here. If you mess with this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Subscribe for some more NFL football related content. So yeah, don't miss out. Hit that bell. Peace out.